Next week promises a tense mix of confrontations, shifting alliances, moral tests, and big decisions. At the heart of much of the action are Billy Abbott pushing limits, Audra maneuvering, Kyle under pressure, Sally and Lauren facing crossroads, Victor making offers that could change everything, and several family relationships getting tested. Here's a detailed day-by-day breakdown plus what it might all mean. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Monday, September 22nd, 2025, episode 13215. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Key events. Billy makes a shocking threat. Billy is pushed into a corner and responds in kind. The threat is serious enough to turn heads and possibly affect more than just the immediate parties. Kane reconnects with Tracy. Kane, who has been under scrutiny and in a lot of conflict, reaches out to Tracy Abbott. There's history there. Tension, possibly guilt or need, and Tracy is often a voice of reason or conscience. This reconnection could serve to soften Kane, complicate his loyalties, or even open a path for Tracy to influence him. Tessa opens up to Daniel. Tessa, who has been more guarded lately, will share something important with Daniel. It might be about a secret or something she's been hiding. This opening up could change how Daniel sees her, and perhaps affect other relationships. What it could mean. Billy's threat suggests things have escalated, perhaps with Victor, or in a business setting, or even with another Abbott or Newman. This might mark a turning point for Billy. How far is he willing to go? Kane and Tracy's reconnection could hint at a softening in Kane's alliances, or at least a reevaluation of what he's doing. Tracy may try to persuade Kane to take a different path. Tessa's admission could trigger fallout, either because what she reveals is dangerous or because people around her are impacted. Daniel being the recipient points to a more personal storyline. This will tie into character dynamics rather than business intrigue. Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, episode 13216. Key events. Sally and Audra plot their next move. Sally Abbott and Audra Charles will jointly strategize. Given Audra's tendency to scheme and Sally's increasingly complex position, caught between business, family, and personal loyalties, this alliance could be destructive or illuminating, depending on how it plays out. Claire receives an intriguing invitation. Claire is likely invited by Holden, as per other spoil sources. This may mean a chance for her to leave town, take on a new opportunity, or be involved in something morally or personally challenging. These invitations often come with strings attached. Victoria gives Kyle unsolicited advice. Victoria Newman steps in. Kyle Abbott has been under a lot of pressure lately, from family, from Audra, from his own conscience. Victoria's advice may be well-intentioned, but could also complicate things. She often carries the weight of Newman/Abbott politics and could push Kyle in one direction or another. What it could mean. The Sally/Audra pair could deepen conflicts. Perhaps their plot is aimed against someone, possibly to gain leverage in business or in personal relationships. Claire's invitation may force a decision: stay in Genoa City, where all the drama is, or venture somewhere new. If she accepts, it could lead to new scenes or change her allegiances. Victoria's involvement suggests Kyle's decisions are becoming publicly scrutinized. Whether Victoria's advice helps or hinders Kyle depends on how much he trusts her, how much she understands all the stakes, and whether she's trying to protect the family or her own interest. Wednesday, September 24th, 2025, episode 13217. Key events. Jack and Diane reign in Billy. Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins, or Diane 2, depending which Diane, will attempt to curb Billy's behavior. Billy is crossing lines with threats, risk-taking, possibly letting ambition override caution, and Jack and Diane are stepping in, possibly out of concern for business, reputation, or family stability. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Lauren stands her ground with Michael. Lauren Fenmore will assert herself against Michael Baldwin. They often have ideological or personal clashes, business ethics, secrets, etc. Lauren standing her ground means that Michael is either pushing her, hiding something, or challenging her in a way that forces her to take a stand. Audra pushes Kyle's buttons. Audra Charles and Kyle Abbott's dynamic heats up. Audra has been manipulating or trying to for some time. Kyle is trying to find his path. If Audra pushes, Kyle may react emotionally. This could escalate tension between them or force Kyle to make a strong choice. What it could mean? Billy being reined in implies his unrestrained behavior is seen as dangerous, even by those close to him. We may see Billy face consequences, business, social, or family fallout. Lauren versus Michael may not just be about personal friction, but could also impact business dealings or secrets. Perhaps something Michael is doing or not doing threatens Lauren's stance or coattails her in some debate or legal matter. Audra's influence over Kyle may be a pivotal point. Is Kyle going to succumb to it, fight it, or expose Audra? It's also possible this sets up Kyle's eventual confrontation with some of the bad stuff going on. Thursday, September 25th, 2025, episode 13218. Key events. Victor makes Kane an offer that is hard to refuse. Victor Newman is rarely offering something benign. Usually, there are strings. Kane may be given a deal: business, alliance, protection, or forgiveness. But hard to refuse probably means it comes with risk, moral compromise, or betrayal of someone he currently is aligned with. Jack has a trick up his sleeve. Jack Abbott often plays the long game. This suggests he has some plan in reserve, perhaps to counter Billy, to get leverage in business, or to expose someone. Jack's tricks are usually clever, sometimes ruthless, but usually calculated. Billy forces Sally to make a tough decision. Sally Abbott is being put on the spot by Billy. Given their relationship, business, romantic, familial blur, Billy pressing Sally, maybe over loyalty, maybe over involvement in his schemes, could force Sally to choose: support Billy and risk something, or oppose him and risk something else. What it could mean? Kane's temptation from Victor could pull him into deeper conflict or make him a key player in Victor's schemes. Alternatively, it could put him at odds with someone he cares about or with his own morals. Jack's trick likely is related to the Billy/Victor/Abbott/Newman power struggles. We might see something unveiled that shifts power. Possibly a reveal, legal leverage, or exposing wrongdoing. Sally being forced to choose could be emotionally devastating. Her loyalties are tested, and she may be a wild card. She might betray Billy, or stand with him to her detriment. It's also possible this strains her other relationships, with family, love interests, or work. Friday, September 26th, 2025, episode 13219 implied. While specific bullet points for Friday are less detailed in some sources we know. The week ends with consequences of the decisions made earlier. Conflicts escalate, alliances shift, and secrets inch toward exposure. Nikki gets surprising news, mentioned in soap opera news spoilers. Sally's decision likely has fallout. Victor's influence and offers probably pay off or backfire in unexpected ways. Major themes and character trajectories. Here are some thematic arcs and speculation about where things may go, based on the spoilers and past patterns. Billy Abbott's ambition and moral crossroads. Billy has been in a hot seat, battling Victor, trying to assert himself, trying to protect what he considers his own, and sometimes overreaching. The threat he issues Monday suggests he's crossing lines. When Jack and Diane try to rein him in on Wednesday, that could either deflate Billy or push him further into risky territory. For example, Billy pushing Sally to make a tough decision could fracture their relationship. There's a good chance Billy's actions will bring consequences: legal, relational, or reputation. Audra's machinations versus Kyle's integrity. Audra seems to be advancing multiple schemes, manipulating people, pushing Kyle's buttons, combining business and personal strategies. Kyle is in the middle. Victoria is advising him. He's being tested. The tension between loyalty to family, to friend, to business, and integrity, what he feels is right, will be central. Will Kyle expose Audra or get sucked in? Victor's power plays. Victor rarely gives anything away for free. Relationships under strain. Sally will be forced to choose, might be between Billy and something else: morals, love, family. Lauren and Michael will have conflict, likely over business or secrets. Tessa opening up to Daniel suggests vulnerability and possibly a secret revealed. Claire's invitation may test where she wants to stand, family versus opportunity versus morality. Kane and Tracy connecting might bring emotional consequences, especially as Kane is likely juggling loyalties, secrets, and lies. Several threads likely involve hidden truths. What exactly is Audra hiding or planning? What Michael might be doing that causes Lauren to have to stand up to him? What Victor's offer to Kane entails, likely involving something Kane doesn't know fully yet. Sally may be hiding something or being asked to hide or betray. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Consequences and fallout. By week's end, we can expect fallout from Billy's threat, someone pushing back. Strained relationships, Sally and Billy, Kyle and Audra, Lauren and Michael. Possibly a reveal or at least a tipping point for a secret to start coming out. Victor's plan will likely be advanced and may cause new conflicts, possibly with family or business rivals. Speculation and possible turns. Based on these spoilers, here are a few speculative possibilities, things that might happen, given how soap plots often escalate. Billy's threat could involve Victor or Newman Enterprises. Perhaps Billy has discovered something Victor is doing, or believes he has leverage and threatens exposure or counterattack. This could lead Victor to offer something to Kane, as per Thursday, to protect his interests, e.g., bring Kane in, silence him, use him as pawn. Sally ends up walking away, at least emotionally, from Billy if the moral cost is too high. Or she may accept something she later regrets. Billy might force her into complicity or demand loyalty that violates her boundaries. Claire's invitation from Holden could be more than just social, maybe a job opportunity, or a chance to move out of the shadow of Newman/Abbott family drama. If she leaves, that could change power dynamics in Genoa City. Lauren's conflict with Michael. Perhaps Michael has been hiding business ties or ethical compromises. Lauren might discover something and take a stand that threatens Michael's position or reputation. Tracy's reconnection with Kane may be both comforting for him, but also make him more conflicted, particularly if Victor's offer serves as temptation. Maybe Tracy tries to pull him back from a darker path. Victor's offer to Kane may be used to isolate Kane from his other alliances, or force Kane to betray someone, maybe Sally. Audra. Nikki's surprising news could be related to business, family, perhaps about Newman/Abbott matters, or health. Nikki tends to be a central matriarch figure. When she gets news, it often affects many. What to watch for? Who takes the high road versus low road? Some characters will compromise, others will resist. The contrast will be compelling, Billy versus someone like Lauren or Claire. Alliances shifting. Audra is trying to build or manipulate alliances. Jack and Diane may band together. Victor may bring unexpected players into his camp. Secret revelations. The triggers. Tessa's confession, Sally's decision, Lauren confronting Michael. These may all lead to secrets being exposed. Moral/ethical lines being drawn. It looks like many characters will be forced to choose. Personal gain versus family/friend loyalty versus what's right. Power and business stakes. Victor's business and political, if applicable, strength, Billy's ambition, Kyle's role, the corporate intrigue will feature heavily. Conclusion. The week of September 22nd to 26th is shaping up to be a pivotal one on The Young and the Restless. Billy draws a line, Sally is tested, Audra pushes buttons, Victor's machinations are well underway, and many characters find themselves on the edge of decisions that could forever alter their relationships and status in Genoa City. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.